Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are in the world. First of all, a very happy new year to you all. I hope everyone had an enjoyable Christmas and New Year's, at least a more enjoyable one than I had, since I had to keep working throughout, well, when everyone else was on break. But nonetheless, welcome to this month's monthly catch-up stream, where we just hang out and talk about mostly VTuber stuff, but really kind of anything and everything. Note that I am still recovering from a cough I've had since Christmas, so I might cough a little bit throughout the stream, so do excuse me for that. Hi everyone. Anyway, we are now almost 2 full weeks into 2021. How's everyone holding up so far? What time is it over there for one? This is probably a weird time for most people because it's slightly too early in the night for those living in the US, and probably kind of too early in the morning for those living in Asia. Because it's a Sunday, so everyone's probably still asleep, to be honest. But there's the Nijisanji Mahjong quarterfinals, I think, happening in a couple of hours, so I didn't want to clash for that, hence the kind of weird time. Happy New Year! It's 10 AM here, 7 PM, this is a great time, 4 AM. 4 AM? But yeah, 7 PM, 10 PM. Oh, it's not too bad actually. I think like an hour after this would have probably been perfect for kind of both time zones. 4 AM must be like Europe, right? It would be awesome if I could cater to everyone, but unfortunately the world doesn't work that way. But yeah, I think the people that watch me are pretty spread out. Like, according to analytics, I think 60% or about 50-60% are from the US or America's region, and kind of the rest are essentially somewhere in Asia, so just stream for 24 hours, okay, that would work. But yes, part of the stream is going to be about reading messages that I've received in my kind of Q&A inboxes, so if you want me to read something out, do feel free to send it through to the links in my description. And I will put them on stream and read them out, so nothing too inappropriate, please. Just woke up, what's up, good morning, if it's morning there. But yes. On today's menu, Happy New Year, we've gone through that. And remember in a couple of streams ago I talked about the things that I was thinking about buying? If you follow me on Twitter, you probably know already, but I bought a bike. Like end of last month. So a couple of friends that I have a couple of friends I know in real life have been riding bikes for a lot longer than I have. And yeah, they kind of dragged me into it. So that's kind of another kind of expensive hobby that I've just started, but it's okay, it's not as expensive as cars, so... And I guess it's not too bad, because like, once I get bored of it, I can always sell the bike. So... Now that you've bought a bike, ASMR mic when? I want to say that that's next on the shopping list, but it's probably not. Just because it's so expensive, and... I think before an ASMR mic, I should probably look at potentially a live 2D model. I don't know. I have done a bit more kind of digging around like the live 2D marketplace. I have shortlisted a couple of, I guess, designers and illustrators, but it's kind of difficult because I guess the popular ones, like they'll open commissions, or like they'll say they're taking commissions, and then within like 5 hours it'll be like, oh my god, I've had a flood of DMs. And because that's just kind of the nature of the live 2D marketplace at the moment. There's not enough supply and way too much demand. But yeah, bike is a nice hobby, keeps you in shape. Really? This is bike as in like motorbike. Oh, I guess it can keep you in shape depending on the kind of riding that you do. But yeah. And yeah, Link, like I've already started looking at different bikes, even though I've only been riding for like a month. But I've decided I won't buy another bike for like at least 12, 24 months. At least until I'm used to riding on the street, so... Jay, hello, hello. Sorry for that misunderstanding. It's not bike as in like bicycle, but like motorbike. But yeah. Anyways, I was saying there were a couple of like 2D kind of artists that I haven't made inquiries or anything like that, but I've just put them in a list on like a private list on Twitter, just so I can keep an eye on them, and see if they ever have commissions open. But still, like, I'm still kind of only thinking about it. It's kind of like a nice to have at the moment because I'm only streaming like once a month. But depending on pricing and stuff like that, like, most of it seems relatively reasonable, but... And the problem is a couple of them are still like, you know, they only do female characters, so that... I mean, I'm sure they can be convinced, but yeah. It's not like It's not like, you know, I'm super masculine or like, you know, have muscles and stuff or anything like that, so... I'm pretty sure if they can draw like a female character, they can draw me too, so... Jay cruising around on his new tricycle. Female Jay? Actually... I actually, a while ago on my sub account... How do I put this? I changed my profile picture on my sub account to I don't want to say like a female form of myself, but essentially that's what it was. But anyway, so there's something regarding that's coming in the not too distant future. It's... yeah. Anyway, we won't spoil it too much. Jay-chan, yeah, so... But no, it will not involve a voice changer, just to make that clear. I'm not using a voice changer to become like an anime girl, but... So... Oh, I'm kind of tempted to like give you a sneak peek now, but I probably shouldn't. But I kind of want to. Let me see if I can. Wait up. Hang on, I'm just gonna... drop this here. Gonna add an image. Hopefully this doesn't show up like huge. Where'd it go? Here you go, you can have a sneak peek. But yes, that's a tiny sneak peek of what I had delivered actually just a couple of hours ago. Anyway, look forward to that when I can think of a reason to unveil that. But it's really cute, so look forward to it. It's really, really cute. I was thinking maybe Valentine's Day, because that's kind of coming up soon. In case you didn't notice, it's only in like a month and 4 days. Singles Awareness Day. So, we'll see. Anyway. I had a couple of questions, well not questions, but a couple of messages that were delivered. So let's see if we can bring them up on screen. Let me check first if anything else has arrived. I just got another one, but it's kind of dumb, so I'm not gonna read it. Alright, let's read some questions, friends. Where'd I put them? Here they are. Alright, I'm gonna go through them kind of in no particular order. Actually, I'm gonna do this one first because this one's kind of been sitting here for a while. This one's from like 5 months ago. I just kind of never picked it up, so my apologies for that. But it says, "Hi Jay, first of all, I would like to thank you for your hard work bringing Crossgen Nijisanji to the non-Japanese speaking community. Your work is amazing and you bet I enjoy every single second of your videos. You're an amazing translator who does their job with passion and deep thoughts. I never knew how impactful translation clips is towards VTubers, and I sincerely admire you for being able to recognize it. As for my question to you, well, I don't have any." Okay. "I just want to write to you these lines to wish you the best of luck in these weird times. 2020 is crazy. Keep up the good work. I'm sure that every second of your time putting and translating VTuber clips will be greatly appreciated. Again, thank you for all of what you have been doing so far. I hope your work reaches many people. Best regards." Thank you. That's wholesome. Thank you. But yeah, this has been sitting there for a couple of months, so apologies for not picking it up. Alright. Oh my goodness. "My New Year's resolution is to draw more art. So what fan art do you want me to make of Jay-chan, and why is it lolly made?" I mean, I don't mind, but you would just have to wait until the, I guess, the full illustration is released, and then you can draw all the fan art that you want. Actually, that would probably be pretty nice, so feel free to do that. I'm quite appreciative of kind of any sort of fan art, so... Next. "Hello Jay, hope you've been doing well. I've never done the whole New Year's resolution thing, but if I had to say one, it would be to find ways to repay people for the happiness they gave me previous year. That's nice. Thanks for the fun times in 2020, and remember to wear a helmet while riding your new scooter." It's not a scooter, it's a motorbike. Yeah, thank you. But it's not a scooter. Next. The hashtag for it would be that one. "How did you spend your New Year's Eve? I've watched Lulu's Jump King stream and drank beer. I hope this is how I would spend the whole 2021. How did I spend my 2021? I mean, New Year's Eve, that is. I don't really remember because, like, most of my break was kind of working still, so for me it was relatively normal. I think I watched the New Year's Eve special that was on Nijisanji public channel, so that was about it. Let's see. "My New Year's resolution is to force Jason into singing King through pure peer pressure." Now, I'm not gonna say I don't want to do like Utawaku and stuff like that, because I kind of do, but it's just I'm struggling to find the time and space to do it at the moment. So more so space, because like recently we just entered like a new lockdown, so no one can leave the house essentially. Well, you can, but not for long. So I don't really have the space to do any sort of singing while everyone's at home. So, but King is probably one I won't do, just because, like, honestly, I don't think it's that great of a song. Like, it's catchy, but that's about it. I kind of feel that a lot of people covered it just because it's so short. It's only like, what, 2 minutes to, is it? It's like 2.5 minutes or something like that, right? So tell him to go shopping for an hour. But the thing is, it takes an hour just to warm up. So, if not more. You have to sing the entire bingo sheet. That's not impossible, I think. How many songs is that? That's like 16 songs? Well, actually no, 25 songs, right? 5 by 5, so... But yeah. Anyway, baby steps. I'm not gonna do like a whole Utawaku like straight away. Like, I might do like one song here or like one song there and kind of gauge how I feel about singing live, and then see from there. Not this stream though, because obviously everyone's at home, and whatnot. And I still have a cough that I'm kind of nursing, so. Oh, Kaname Translations is here. Hi. No, still not doing Utawaku yet. Anyway, next. Oh my... this is kind of really long, so we'll see how we go. Alright, let's start. Stop reading my last name, I got rid of it already. You'll always be Kaname Translations. Okay. Let's see. I really want to share this to someone, Jason. I've been keeping it to myself, so when we all approached 2021, here we were celebrating like everybody else and making noise, etc., just like usual. So it was the first ever approaching of a new year that I felt emotional, that I excused myself from the party we had outside the house and went somewhere quiet to cry. I felt so happy when I recalled everything that happened to me last year in 2020. There were lots of bad stuff that happened all around the world in our family. I was depressed and just mostly empty and overthinking even more as well. That I sometimes didn't show much emotion and was just okay with a blank face. I was numb all over and such, but ever since I met Tomoe-san, Sukuya-san, as individuals and as Crossic and everybody else, also falling into the rabbit hole, of course, I was the happiest that I had ever been. Like, I felt like every rock, every boulder, and even the tiniest, still heavy of a pebble, it felt like they all just disappeared. Poof. I was healed, blessed, overwhelmed with happiness. I can't describe it, it's immeasurable. I've become euphoric. I'm so happy that I sometimes tell everybody around me that I'm so happy and contented with my life right now. If you had told me that I had become obsessed with VTubers, well, I don't disagree with them, but I'm obsessed with them in a way because they have become a reason for my happiness. They have become a big part in me, and that's what they don't and won't understand. Negatives aside, I just really wish the best to all of them and to all of you as well, and to you as well, Jason. I may not be able to repay them like super chat and stuff, and everybody else that lifted me up again, like you, Jason. But believe me, I'm more than grateful to you, to them, to everybody. And I didn't expect I'd say this as well, but I'm also grateful to 2020. Thank you for reading my share of a story, Jason. I'm sorry it's so long. Let's all have another blessed year, everyone. Thank you for this really long and detailed message. It's good that you found something that kind of brings you happiness, and I don't think it really matters what it is, and it doesn't really matter what other people think of it as well. As long as it brings you happiness, I think that's really what that matters. So, and I guess the good thing is there's people like us around on the internet, on Twitter and stuff like that, that you can share this happiness with, which is better than, you know, trying to go at it alone. So you can always share your happiness with us. But yeah, VTubers are great. It's hard to... It's probably one of the harder things to try and recommend to friends, I think. I think it's one of those things that people just discover on their own, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't like it, then there's not really any point trying to kind of drag them into the rabbit hole. It's really something that, you know, they need to discover the right clip, or like the right VTuber for them, and then they fall into the rabbit hole. But because tastes are so varied among different people, it can be quite hard, even though like you might have a friend who you think you know their tastes, but you could show them a VTuber that you really like, but they might not click at all. Because really all of these VTubers are different people and different individuals with different personalities, and there's not really a one size fits all for everyone. So that's probably the good thing about it too, because in some ways everyone's unique, and the way that you support VTubers doesn't have to be the same as everyone else. Like, some people could be really intense, catch like every stream, want to translate everything, but you know, you don't have to be like that as well. So there's a VTuber out there for everyone. Yeah, that's it. So it does make me sad when people just like watch one or two and then they just decide, nah, VTubers aren't my thing, because that's kind of using too broad of a brush to paint the entire genre, because that's what it is essentially. Like, there are so many different types of VTubers making so many different kinds of content. If you just watch one or two and you decide, nah, VTubers aren't for me, then I think you're really missing out. Let's see. I don't get this. Blue eye, brown hair, normal chin, oh yes? Huh? Okay. Anyway, that's... there's another one that's kinda in my inbox right now. All it says is buy Bitcoin. I'm not gonna put that on stream. But feel free to buy Bitcoin if you want to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, that's all I have in my Q&A inbox. That didn't take very long, I think. I'm trying to log into my Marshmallow, but it's kind of annoying me because I have to keep doing this stupid captcha, and it's like, please click on each image containing a boat. Now I'm like, is this a boat? I can't tell if this is a boat. So now I'm kind of clicking on things, kind of hoping that they're boats. Kaname says, I missed mine. Did you also miss this? Wait. Oh, where did I put it? Did you also miss this? If so, I'm showing it to you again. I'm just gonna leave this in the corner. I'm just gonna leave this here. Actually, no, I won't. People gonna be like, what the hell is that? But I'll show you the whole thing kinda in the not too distant future. I always click on a few wrong on purpose to mess up their machine learning training data. I've always thought about that, but I don't know if it's true or not. But like, surely they use the CAPTCHA as a way to train a model that they can then sell to another party, right? Because that, like, brain power isn't free, especially like human brain power. And like, if you can make money out of that, then why not? Is it your new costume? It's not my new costume, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain this. I still don't really know how I'm gonna approach this. Because it's like, it's not really me. But it kinda is, but it's not. Fan art kakimasu. Thank you. So... anyway. What are your New Year's resolutions, everyone? Actually, what did you do in 2020? I didn't do shit in 2020. Actually, I got a new job in 2020, that was about it. I just got another question, it's kind of funny. That's not how you wear a mask, Jason, you should know better. You are 100% correct. This is not how you should wear a mask in public. But it's okay, right now we're separated by the barrier known as virtual versus real life. So... I don't need to wear my mask correctly. Looking forward for Valentine's this year. I wish I could say the same, but I can't. Watch some guy called Jay. Who's that? He's probably really boring. Getting into VTuber and forfeit all moral possessions to VTuber. Finally slept in 2020 after 3 years of college and no sleep. I breathe better in 2021. I got my first real job and started playing drums again. Oh, that's good. I kind of wish I got into instruments more. I picked up guitar when I was really young, but I never really stuck with it. So I probably missed out on quite a lot of, I guess, musical development as a result. I really admire people who, I guess, have played instruments for a long time and stuck with it. But especially piano, like, apparently, according to my parents, I was meant to learn piano when I was young, but so I've got two older sisters. They tried to get them to learn piano, but they never really stuck with it and they gave up after a couple of grades. So they're like, oh, we won't bother with me, essentially, so I never got the chance to learn when I was young. So Honker says, I hope I'm not too late, Mr. J, I was working. No, we are only 27 minutes in. I'll probably go for an hour this time. I don't have too much content to show, I guess, this stream, so we'll probably finish maybe a bit early too, depending on what you guys want to do. Virtual Australia. From in lockdown 2020 to being in lockdown 2021. I know, right? Tell me about it. My city's kind of in lockdown for the weekend and I can't go out. It's kind of depressing because it's a beautiful day outside and I'd rather be riding my motorbike. Looking outside and realizing it's winter again. It's summer here. On the other side of the planet. It's raining every day, send help. Crossdeck is bound to have some kind of stream planned for Valentine's. Surely, of course. I would be extremely surprised if they didn't have something planned. Unless they went traveling or something like that, then that would be totally okay. Why not learn now? I guess because time is a lot more limited now, because I'm juggling a couple of different hobbies and a couple of different pursuits. So I totally could if I wanted to, but it would just be a matter of dropping a couple of other activities to make time for that. Could be for day after, anniversary with the first sleepover stream. It's already been a year since that? Oh my goodness. What's that about drink less boba on the thumbnail? So I don't know what people call it. Well, we don't really call it boba here in Australia either, but it's essentially bubble tea or like milk tea with pearls. So kinda in 2020 I was drinking like maybe 1 cup a week, or like maybe 2, depending on the week. And it gets kind of expensive because each cup is like $6.80 or like $7.50 or something like that. And if you count that throughout the course of a year, it's actually quite a bit of money. Not to mention that it's not that good for you, so I kind of want to drink a bit less this year. Just make your own boba, easy. Oh, I just realized I have it sitting here. I should probably move that away somewhere. But yeah, it's pretty expensive here. I know there are people out there that drink a lot more than I do, but that's probably not a good thing, to be honest. Piano learning stream. That would be fun. I don't have a piano though. Oh yeah, I have this shelf now. I was trying to think of what I could put in it, but I can't really think of anything. But if you have like a PNG of something, and you want to send it to me to put in the shelf, feel free to put it into my hashtag, and I'll put something in it next time. Like so. What's your default bubble tea flavor, out of curiosity? Usually Earl Grey milk tea with pearls and like half sugar, little ice is kind of my default order. It depends on what I feel like, but sometimes I don't want something that's like milky, so I'll get something else essentially. How about a watch along with concerts like Bloom? Not a bad idea. I'm kind of wary of doing watch-alongs and stuff like that because like I don't know what I'm gonna say or like how I'm gonna react to stuff, and some of it could be NG, so. Konjay-san, 間に合った。Hi. You could learn to make beats in FL Studio or Ableton. I guess my current musical pursuit is still singing. I need to find, or I need to make space and time for practice essentially, and recording. Every time I get to record, it's usually only for like half an hour before kind of someone comes home. So, and it's really not enough time to, you know, record something that's proper. New question. Let's see. Hey Jay, hope you're doing well today. What are your thoughts for the upcoming Crossic voice dramas? I'm pretty excited. I don't really know what to expect, and it's good that we're getting two different releases. So yeah, I'm quietly excited essentially. I don't want to like try and predict too much because I want to kind of be surprised with what comes essentially. So it'll be good, and I'll try to do the same thing I did last time, where I summarize the plot essentially and put it on my blog. It won't be like a full translation because that would be spoiling too much, but the idea of the summary or like the translated summary is for people who buy the voice drama, they listen to it, they might understand like maybe 20% of it or more, but for them to kind of get like the full picture of what's actually happening in the voice drama, then they can read my summary and kind of be like, oh yeah, so this is what was happening here and stuff like that. So it's not meant to be like a full line-by-line translation of kind of everything that happens during the drama, because that would kind of be, it's not really piracy, but it's kind of a bit too, it's getting into that gray area, I think. So let me illustrate your utatemita. I would, but first there's a couple of hurdles I need to kind of clear before I think about making a proper cover, including finding someone to mix properly and finding a song that I can actually do. So the second one was really good. I preferred the second one a lot to the first one. The first one was good too, but the second one was kind of next level, and you could tell they put a lot more effort into it. And I think this one that's coming up should also be quite good, to say the least. Ooh, someone just followed me on Twitter, thank you. So I've also been thinking about what I want to do with my two Twitter accounts and two YouTube channels. Because right now I'm not really using my main, because kind of everything is going on my sub account right now, so they kind of flipped in that my sub account has become a main account and my main account's kind of become my sub account. So I've been thinking about whether or not I want to put like more VTuber related tweets back onto my main account and use my sub account for more like streams, you know, covers, that kind of stuff, daily life stuff. So hey Jason, are you gonna do gaming streams? I would if I had a sub account for YouTube. So that's what I was thinking about as well. And I should probably do my New Year's resolutions now. So I'm just gonna do them in this list. So goals for 2021. 1. Stream once a month. That's one of my goals for 2021. That's why I'm kind of trying to do this at least once a month, just to make sure that I actually stream. But I don't know if I still want to do this on this channel or on another channel, so I might start a sub channel shortly-ish. Now I don't know if it's gonna be a gaming channel, because honestly I don't really play games that much, because I'm not that good at games. But if I had a sub channel, then at least like I wouldn't feel too bad about streaming more often. The stream that I did last month was, I thought that was pretty good, but it was kind of late at night and I was attempting to do work while I had the stream running, and I thought that was pretty fun. So I might do more of that this year, depending. Second channel name, now that's an interesting one, because in the past couple of weeks I discovered there's actually another VTuber. Well, there's a VTuber. I don't know why I said another VTuber, because like I'm not a VTuber, but there's a VTuber that's called Jay as well. But they spell their name like J-E-Y. They've got about 36,000 subs. So they're not small, so I probably can't call myself Jay, just because that would get a bit confusing. So, but I don't want to change my name too much either. They'll be seeing you in court. So we'll see how I go. And like, debut when? I don't know. Like I still don't really see myself doing the whole VTuber shtick. Like, you know, there's essentially a template now that everyone follows. Like if you want to be a VTuber, you gotta have like a pre-debut stage, and then you gotta debut, and then you gotta disappear because you're actually not that entertaining. But that's what I see happening a lot at the moment, and I don't really see myself doing the same kind of VTuber-like activities, like, you know what I mean, if you've taken a look in the English VTuber scene at the moment. So I'll probably be doing more of kind of what I'm already doing now, these kinds of talk streams, maybe utawaku, if I can make the space for myself. So I might even try and soundproof parts of my room. Like, the idea of buying a booth and putting it in my room is still not out of the question. It's just a bit expensive. I think I looked up quotes for it and it was gonna be about probably not 10, but let's say like 6 to 8 grand for a booth. So it's definitely not cheap. Anyway, next goal. Upload one song cover. With... Actually, that's self-explanatory enough. So I'd like to do at least one this year. So like, it's not a very hard to achieve goal, but at the same time, like, I don't even know if I can do one this year. Is that a real mic that you're using? The one beside you? Well, it doesn't quite look like that, but I guess so. Now, this song cover idea, I haven't really put much thought into it, or like, I don't really know what song I want to do or like how I want to do it, but that's just kind of like a goal I'd like to achieve this year. JLPT N1 in July or December. I'll see. I'm pretty sure I could do it, so I'll at least give it a try and see how I go. I should probably study for it though, so have the books already. I just need to kind of start studying them and making sure that I can actually do the content. But sign-ups don't open until next month anyway, so I've got time. I don't think it'll be too bad, but yeah. The mid-year JLPT is kind of strange because they only do it in a couple of places. In my country, at least. Watching and TLing VTubers isn't studying. Not really. Good luck, thank you. I'm kind of tempted to put this here, but I don't know if I... You know what, I'm just gonna leave it here. Like, I've already started kind of looking towards this path, so I might as well just commit to it now and just put it on paper that I'm gonna do something about this year. I can graduate from my live 1.1D. This is still cool though. I still quite like this. It's just, yeah, it just feels like I've already started essentially. Like, you might as well kind of go all the way. But that being said, I'm still not gonna do kind of your typical VTuber stuff, I think. Man, I'm gonna regret saying that. Like, it'd be funny if in like a year's time, like, my channel's like King Cover, Plasmophobia, you know, collabs with other indie VTubers, that kind of deal. That would be... Anyway. We'll see. This one's a maybe. Like, I really don't know if I'm gonna... Because this... I don't think this is something that should be taken lightly. Because by now ASMR is kind of like... There's skill involved, and you have to be quite serious about making ASMR that sounds good. Like, you can't just buy a binaural microphone and kind of call yourself an ASMR content creator, because it's probably gonna sound really bad. So... And I know that, you know, people say they like hearing my voice and stuff like that, but it's... I don't think that's enough to kind of carry... you know, you can't get away with just having a nice voice if you want to be like an ASMR artist, person, content creator, I don't know. And I don't know if I want to be like someone that's full-time ASMR thing. I feel it is quite gimmicky still, because I see there are VTubers who say that they're doing ASMR, but really all they have is like a binaural mic, but they're not really doing it properly. So I would kind of like to avoid that. Ooh, I have new questions. Let's see. Let's see. When did you start getting into daite slash utatte mita, Jay? Plus, who are your favorite daite? This is probably actually not that long ago. I actually didn't really get into vocal stuff, or like even Vocaloid slash daite stuff until I would say like 2016. Which is now like proper 5 years ago, but so I was quite late into the whole Vocaloid slash daite scene. Who are my favorite daite? There's probably a split between like male and female. Let me check my playlist. Female, I'm quite a big fan of Mary and Urokumo and stuff like that. A lot of them aren't really... I don't know if they're still active as daite, or like they've kind of done or like branched out into either like being official artists, or some have probably even become VTubers, to be honest. So, and honestly, a lot of, I guess, VTubers now are just as good as or if not better than kind of, I guess, your classic utaite. So I listen to a lot more, I guess you could say VTubers now compared to utaite of olden days. So what do you mean 2016 was 5 years ago? Well, it was. When I first started, I guess your typical, or like everyone's beginner utaite, like your first favorite male utaite are obviously like Mafu Mafu, so Soaru and stuff like that. I think my favorite now would probably be Noristry for male utaite, just because of his creativity in his covers. He does a lot of things where you listen and you're like, oh my god, like I would have never thought of that, or like how does he come up with those kind of ad-libs and things like that. Like that's what makes his covers really special to me when I listen, because they have a lot to offer that you don't find in other people's covers. And that's why I would probably put Noristry at the top of my male utaite list. Female. It's too hard to pick. There's too many that I like. And all of them are good for kind of different reasons. I still really like Mary because of her voice. I think her Alice in Reitoko cover is probably one of the best covers I've ever heard, ever. And that's kind of why I chose to kind of give it a try last year as well. That was the first time I kind of revealed or like uploaded a cover on my Twitter, so. But if we're gonna talk about like, if we're gonna include VTubers in the list, or like my top at the moment, Shishigami Ryona is probably my top one at the moment, because I listen to a lot of her covers and she sings really well live. But there are also a lot more VTubers now who sing really, really well live. If we don't include VTubers, now Hanon and Kotoha are a bit, I guess you could still call them utaite, but they do also like official stuff now, so they're kind of in that twilight zone between like official artists and utaite, so. But I still like them a lot. And I listen to the Twitcast and stuff. But yes, Leona is really good. There's probably more that I can't think of right now, but I'm just scrolling through my list. Oh, Dazubi, I like quite a lot as well. Do one of your family members have a singing background, Jay? Actually, no, unfortunately. So I don't come from a very musical family. I probably don't even really have their support, to be honest. And that's why I make it a point not to do it when I'm at home, or like when other, when other people are at home, because it's always been one of those things. Even when I started, and I guess even now, it was like, I have been asked by my parents, like, you know, why are you singing? Like, what? I'm still not quite over that. So instead of kind of having a proper answer to that question, I just avoid the topic altogether, which is a bit sad, but that's the reality I have to live with until I leave the house, which I was planning on doing last year, but because of COVID and stuff like that, I'm still stuck here. So I'm kind of living with it for the moment. So it is what it is, which is why like I can't really practice as much as I want to, because if I think about when the house is empty, that's really only once a week, and really only for like 2 or 3 hours at most, when people go out for like grocery shopping and stuff like that. So that's why, yeah, that's why my goal is one this year, one cover, just one. So But yeah. But it is fun. And I don't really plan on stopping, so it's just a matter of time. The only thing I'm probably sad about is the fact that I started so late. Whereas, you know, if I compare myself to people who've been singing for essentially their entire lives, like, I'll never be able to catch up because of the sheer amount of experience that they have. That said, I do want to get lessons eventually as well, but also, once again, if you get lessons, then you need a place to practice. Otherwise, it's kind of like taking piano lessons, but you don't have a piano at home, which is kind of pointless because you need to be able to practice outside of lessons. So, that's a good point. It's moving out one of your resolutions now in 2021. I would say so. Let's put that there. Yeah. That's a pretty good list so far. So it just gets a bit kind of complicated because of COVID and stuff like that. Like, my initial plan was to move out, but not within the same city, because if there's not too much point in doing it if I'm still kind of close to family and stuff like that. Because I was thinking, if I were to move out, I want to go somewhere that's completely new and kind of force myself to be really kind of independent, you know, make new friends, be away from the things that make me comfortable. So, but in Australia, you don't really have a lot of different options because really there's only a couple of major cities. So, and international was one of my options last year too. Well, it was until COVID happened. So now it's no longer an option. So yeah. I did that back in 2019, moved to another city for work, but didn't make a lot of new friends. Yeah, there's always that risk too. And I guess my friends have also pointed out, like, just because you move to a new city doesn't mean you're gonna make any new friends. Which is true. But I guess I'll just have to see. I do have some ideas on how I can make, well, like, I guess, put myself in environments where I can meet new people. So it would just be a matter of carrying those out. Almost missed your stream. You didn't miss too much, fortunately. Oh, we're already like 54 minutes in? How? That's crazy. I was like, the last time I checked it was like 27 minutes in. How long are you planning on streaming, J-Poppy? Probably for another 10 more minutes. How do you even meet new people after you finish your education, right? Exactly, like, I think that's something that people take for granted, is how difficult it actually is to make new friends after you leave the education system. Because when you're in school, or it's difficult even in university, I would say, but when you're in school, you're kind of forced to mingle with other people, whether you like it or not, and eventually you become friends with people who you thought you'd never become friends with, and which is something that doesn't happen anymore once you reach university or once you reach the workplace, because you don't have to mingle with people anymore, you don't have to make friends, and the result is you don't. Like, so over time your social circle just starts to shrink until you go out of your way to attend like special interest groups, clubs, social events. And I know a lot of people turn to like clubbing and stuff like that, but that's just not my scene. I've tried and it's, nah, not for me. But that was like years ago, a long time ago. Quick, distract him, don't let him leave. 10 minutes is a long time. Don't worry, I can still read your comments. I just refreshed Marshmallow and I have to do this stupid capture again. This is why I don't like using Marshmallow anymore. Please click on each image containing containing a bicycle. Is that it? No, it appears I've missed a bicycle. Download. This is a good one. I'm getting in college this year. Any tips? This is related to what we were just talking about, and I would probably say that in your first couple of years when your workload, or like when the consequences of your workload probably aren't that high compared to your final year, or like the consequences of your grades or your results probably isn't that high in your first couple of years, I would say. Depends on what you're studying, but make friends. Like, you need to attend clubs, you need to go out of your way to meet different people, because that's gonna be what makes your college life enjoyable. And that's something that I left too late, because I didn't start attending clubs until like my second to last year, or like my third final semester essentially. And by then it was like, I still made friends and stuff like that, who I still keep in touch with today, but I wish I'd done that earlier. Make friends, develop passion for something. Exactly. That's the most important thing. Once you finish high school, you need to start developing interests that will kind of last a lot the rest of your life. And they cannot be interests that you only enjoy on your own or with people on the internet. I have a lot of friends who are into the same kind of things that we're into, you know, anime, VTubers, stuff like that, but you need more than that. You really do. So uni was when I first started getting into like cars, and that was a really good avenue to meet people who are different from kind of the person that I was, because I was the same. Like when I first started university, I was, you know, games, anime, internet culture, that kind of stuff. But cars really made me, it brought me into kind of social circles where people were very different and people had a lot more different interests and stuff like that, and it brought a lot more variety in terms of the kind of the people that I stumbled across, and that was something that was really valuable. And I think that's something that you need to become a well-adjusted, I guess, adult. Thank you for the advice, Jay. That was mine. Best of luck. Like, the good thing is, college isn't, like, it's not gonna be over in 6 months. Like, there's a couple of years where you're gonna be able to feel your way around. But that would probably be one of my priorities, is make it a priority to meet different people and kind of try out different things. Put yourself out there and try out a couple of different hobbies. So I kind of feel bad for talking about stuff like this on my streams, because obviously, like, I know a lot of you guys are, or a lot of my viewers are watching VTubers and stuff like that, and there's, I guess, an element of escapism that comes with that, and a lot of people don't like talking about this kind of stuff, or like they don't like talking about real life topics like, you know, being social, money, working, that kind of stuff. So if you don't want to hear it, that's totally fine. Like, you can kind of close the stream, but yeah, you can't get away from it, essentially. You can't get away from it forever. So but yeah, I'm not saying that there's like a single proper way to live life, because there isn't, but like one day your responsibilities will catch up to you, and it's better to be prepared than not prepared. Because unfortunately in this world, you can't get by with not doing anything. I like this real talk tuber. I would have negative viewers. Oh look, it's already been an hour. Anyone have any last minute questions or last minute comments? I don't know if I'm gonna stream again this month. Oh, there was another goal I wanted to do. Let me put that in. Make shorter videos. Now this one, I know a lot of people enjoy like the longer videos that I do, but I think if I can make shorter videos but make them more often, I think that's still something that's better for, I guess, the channel and for the talents as well, because, you know, if it takes me 2 months to make a half-an-hour video, like, that's only 6 videos a year, and that's kind of not enough. So but kind of my goal this year would be to keep my videos to like, let's say 10 minutes or 10 minutes or less. Whereas go to Japan again, that's not up to me, unfortunately. That's up to the governments of the world and how they want to control international travel. Jay gives relationship advice next. I mean, I could, but you just have to kind of be aware that they're just coming from someone who doesn't have all that much relationship experience themselves. That there would be a really big disclaimer before going into any sort of relationship talk. Then I slow down, onegaishimasu. But yeah, love the translations, they always make my life a lot brighter. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you. Are you watching the Mahjong tournament next? Honestly, I don't really know how to play Mahjong. Like, I get the idea, and like I get that you're trying to make patterns and stuff like that, but I haven't actually gone and spent time to learn essentially beyond that. Like, I know the basic concepts of the game, but that's about it. I get that it's interesting, but I've just never spent the time on actually learning it. So no, I probably won't watch the quarterfinals. I might watch the grand finals, but that's about it. 2021 resolution for Jay, get a girlfriend. Probably not, I would say. For me, it's just I'm balancing a lot of different things at the moment, and I can't imagine dropping a fair majority of them to accommodate. Not that I would have to, but it's just how I would imagine it going. But yeah, it's not a priority, but it's something that I'm getting pressure from my parents now as well about this, because obviously they're worried, because like right now I'm just going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home. Like I mentioned before, like I'm not really part of any active social clubs at the moment, so I'm not really meeting a lot of people, and they've kind of noticed that. So they're like, hey, you need to go out there and like make a couple of new friends, and preferably girls. I'm like, I know, I'll get to it eventually. So, any anime opinions / recommendations? I marathoned Jujutsu Kaisen the other day. It was really good. I didn't really have any expectations going into it. I just knew that a lot of people were watching it, so I decided to watch it too. And I actually quite enjoyed it, so. 2020 was a good excuse to not socialize more. That's true. Reject society, become neat. No, don't become neat. You will regret. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen was quite good. I quite like the main villain, Sukuna, because his voice is just godly. Are you gonna be streaming more this year? I hope so, but I'll see how it goes. I don't know when I'm gonna start my sub channel, or like my second YouTube channel. I think I'm approaching 8,000 subs right now on this channel, so maybe once I hit 8,000, I might soft launch my second channel and see how I go. So, and then I'll keep doing streams like this on the other channel instead of this one. I posted this on my Twitter account as well, but every time I do a stream like this, I lose about 20 subscribers. This is fact, by the way. Like, I can see it in the subscriber graph. On every day that I stream, I lose subscribers. And then I get more, like, later on, but still. It's because people get the notification, or like, they probably click into my stream, and then like, the hell, this is a guy? And then they just like, unsubscribe. Or like, they hear my voice, like, I don't like this guy's voice, and then they just unsubscribe, but... It is what it is. But yeah, this is fact. Like, I'm not making this up either. So that's why I've kind of I've been thinking about starting a sub account, because at least when it's a sub account, like, and it's mostly streams, then you know what you're getting into when you subscribe. Whereas a lot of people, I guess, subscribe to me because they think I only do videos, and then when they hear me do a stream, they're like, this isn't what I signed up for, and then they just unsub. Which is fine, but it is what it is. Pardon my language, but that's horseshit. But yeah. Oh no, we've gone over an hour. I guess we can go for another 7.5 minutes and aim for an hour 15. How's the weather? Let's take a look outside. It's currently overcast and kind of humid. Currently 27 degrees, so not too hot, but not too cold either. You have a nice voice though. Thank you. So... It's working, chat. No, it's not. I see what you're doing. But yeah, I do want to think about how to bring a bit more variety into my streams. But I think it's not too bad if I still do this once a month, because that's not too often enough to be annoying. And like, one thing I'm afraid of is just coming on stream and not having anything to talk about. So I'm always like, oh no, when I start the stream, I'm like, I'm gonna run out of things to talk about in like 20 minutes, and I'm gonna have to end the stream, and that's kind of scary, because it's kind of embarrassing, but somehow we've made it to an hour today. But yeah. So... I have a feeling I'm forgetting something, but I'm probably not. This is the longest wink ever. There you go. You can always talk about the weather. I don't know about that. You're definitely forgetting something. What is it? I feel like there was a talking point I was gonna talk about, but I don't remember what it is. Oh yeah, that's right. A while ago I mentioned that there was like a lady who was like, I was working with essentially. She was a colleague of mine, and she just kind of like stood up and left the office, and she never came back. Well, it turns out she's coming back on Monday, tomorrow. So I'm like, that's gonna be kind of awkward, because yeah, like everyone had assumed that she had left the business and just decided to quit, but apparently she's coming back. So I'm like, how do you face someone like that? I don't know. It's, yeah. Who knows? So for people that don't know the story, like I had a colleague who essentially couldn't keep up with the work. Like, I think she was hired out of her skill level essentially, but the thing is, management knew that. I think management knew that she couldn't keep up with the work, but they never told anyone that we weren't supposed to give her any work to do. So when we were giving her work to do, she eventually got to the point where she was like, nah, fuck this, and she left. But then after that, I started talking to them. Well, like we started talking to them. We were like, "So is she coming back or not?" And they were like, "Actually, she is coming back. We just never made it clear to anyone that she's not actually meant to be doing any sort of meaningful work." So I was like, "What?" But anyway, she's got a more important job function to fill, which is to satisfy Japan, because essentially, Japan wants like a Japanese person in our team. Even if it means that she can't really do any work, they just want to have someone that's Japanese in our team. And we were like, okay then, like they should have kind of told us this at the start, because we should have just not given her any work to do. But anyway, she's coming back tomorrow. So, and I'm just like, so cool, you can just kind of sit there and not do anything. So, but I mean, I hear that stuff like this is only commonplace in, well, it's pretty commonplace in Japanese companies and whatnot, so to be expected. But yeah, so it is what it is. But I mean, it still helps me to have her there, because obviously she's native Japanese and like she's gonna be able to communicate a lot better to Japanese clients and stuff like that when they arrive. But the thing is, we don't really have any at the moment, so at the moment she's not really doing anything. But who knows, that's probably gonna change, so she will have utility in the future, which is good. So that's an interesting workplace story that I have. And I have to go back to work tomorrow. Well, everyone else kind of comes back from their holidays tomorrow as well, which is good, because like for the past 3 weeks I've pretty much been the only person in my team that's working over the break, which is kind of annoying, because like that means I had to deal with everything on my own. So when everyone comes back tomorrow, I'll be like, look at all this work you have waiting for you. It'll be amazing. But yeah, corporate life. So, what's time? Okay, we have 1 minute left. Chop chop. If I start work on another clip this month, which I probably will if I stumble across anything that I want to make a clip of, I'll probably do another kind of working stream where I will probably do no work. But it'll probably be late at night, like let's say 1 or 2 a.m. Japanese time. Which would be good, because I think there's kind of like two audience demographics here, like people that can catch the late Asian time zone streams, and then people that can catch like the US time zone streams. So, これパワハラじゃない? No, it's, well, not really. It's just not the most efficient use of company budget, but which is not my problem. So I'm just like, that's cool. You guys do your management thing, and I'll just keep doing my work. Can we see skirt, Jaja? You can just see the skirt again. Wait. Where'd I put it? I keep forgetting where I saved this file, because it's just like... Here you go. You can see part of the skirt. There's a ribbon too. Isn't it cute? But yes, I don't know when I'm gonna release the full image, because I don't really have a reason to, unless I want to wait until Valentine's, but that's like a whole month away, so we'll see. Okay, it's now 1:15:21 on stream, so is that long hair? Is it? How did you even get that in the first place? So a while ago, I forgot what it was, but I was playing on like this avatar maker where you can like design your own character and stuff like that, and I made one that was super cute, and then I used her as a profile picture for a day, and people really liked it. But to be honest, she was really cute. So But I say she because it's not me, by the way. Like, she's a separate entity. Who knows, maybe one day she'll even have a voice. Tamashi Boshu. So. Anyway, I'm gonna jump off stream in a couple of seconds, so thank you very much for everyone that came today. There probably wasn't too much substance in today's stream, but hopefully I can announce a second channel in the not too distant future. I might start tweeting more VTuber related stuff on my main account and kind of do stream stuff on my sub account on Twitter, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, that's about it, I think. I'm still keeping an eye out for, I guess, live 2D commissions and stuff like that open, but no promises there. There's a supply problem for sure, because like no one I like has commissions open, and the ones that do have commissions open, or like whenever they do open commissions, they're usually filled within like 2 hours. So thanks everyone. It's Jason. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for streaming. See you next stream. Thanks, it was fun. It's Jason. All right, I'll see you next stream. If I don't stream again this month, then I'll look to stream again mid next month, because this is kind of gonna be a monthly thing. So thanks everyone. See you next time. Bye bye.